everybody, welcome to today's video. We are going to be working on the GS300 some more. So today I went to the junkyard and just trying to find some random pieces that I needed. Came across the, I guess, silver, like gray interior, and normally it's to be considered a downgrade from the wood trim, but what I want to do in the future is get an aftermarket head unit, and I cannot find the head unit trim piece in the wood grain to save my life. I can only find it in this like off silver color. So for 30 bucks for all of them with the junkyard, not bad, not to mention pockets ain't empty cut. So we have some brake pad hardware. It's a very common issue apparently on IS300s and GS300s. I only say that because on both of my cars, the rear pads were missing hardware and I'd get this clanking on bumps, but everything seemed tight. So I figured out missing hardware, GS300, same issue, right rear missing hardware, so it clanks over bumps. So I zip tied them temporarily, it shut it up, but we're gonna fix it the right way so my zip ties don't melt. So doing a little bit of repairs, doing a little bit of visual things. So without further ado, let's get started and enjoy today's video. I was gonna get started, and then I remembered always a good measure to unplug your battery. So I'm gonna do that right now. And unplug the positive. And then get to work. Okay, so this one you kind of pull out on. There's the wiring harness connector back up in here. Okay, so this comes out. Oh, apparently be careful not to everything. I might actually just remove the bulb from my motherfucking brake light indicator, because that should be annoying as hell. All my bulbs work, but it still fucking turns on. So I might do that while I'm here. Piece number one. Clicked back into place. Nice and good to go. Onto these. Okay, the bottom ashtray piece, you literally just yank it out. Where did I end up? Oh. Right here, you can see there's just these 4 little push pins. So you just kind of pop the ashtray open, just wiggle it out, pull that out. We're gonna try and pry up here on the top guy. Yep, there's that. And I got these little plastic poppers, that way I don't mess up my dash. The one I got from the junkyard, I literally just used a screwdriver and just plug it up, but I'd rather not risk it, especially on the black dash. So undo the wires, this guy will come out. We got 410 millimeters, and then this whole radio climate control assembly will pop out. You got 2 up top, and then I did already listen to them, but then you got 2 down below. So now we've got this whole Zungan assembly popping out. And then there's connectors on the back side. Okay, so the connectors were 2 up top, 2 on bottom. And there's 2 little antenna cables in there. And then we have our piece here. So what I'm gonna do is remove the climate control from the top, but then that'll get us to just these individual modules, so we can take those apart to replace just the faces. Now, this guy comes right off, and our stereo's here. So we'll start with this. There should be 2 screws on each side, and then some plastic tabs, just like before. Pop all those off, and then I'll get you to an inside board where there will be a few more screws, I believe. So we get to that. We just want to pull the plastic cover. So there's another plastic tab here, and then one other little white guy hidden on the bottom you gotta push in, and then that should pop the cover off. Oh, there she goes. Start putting this guy back together. And moving on to the next piece, we got the stereo trim. So You got a couple screws on the sides, and then you'll have plastic tabs all around. So once you have all those screws and tabs, you now have, now this will just slide back on. So be careful as you slide it all back on. As long as it's all lined up, it should be fine. Okay, the stereo is ready to go back in, but before I get that, I'm going to go ahead and get the last piece completed, which will be the vents. So all I'm doing is removing hazard button and the little clock display up top. So a couple little screwdrivers. All right, and that's the last piece that we need to put together. So we can start popping together all of our interior, same way it came out. Stereo and climate control first, top piece, bottom piece, and that's it. Let's show you the final result. Here's a little before action. Here's the after. Not bad. A little dulled down. I don't know what I want to do about that. It looks like kind of just like a cheesy overlay. I'm wondering if it actually is factory, because like you can see it's kind of peeling up, and underneath it, it's all just that. So I'm wondering if I played myself or if it's actually factory. Because it never did match. The vents, this and that didn't match like what's definitely factory wood, like on the door panels and stuff. So it was always a lighter shade, which is kind of why I didn't mind getting rid of it. But also, like I said, just the aftermarket stereo was the main thing. There was a silver piece of this, but it was even more dingy than this was, so I didn't really want to fuck with it. But I guess I'll see if my radio works. I did have to super glue the little cover piece that goes over these lights because it kept dropping. Super glued that so it stays in place now. Can't hit the brakes. No brake light because I pulled the bulb. We did get the radio to turn on. So we at least have a volume knob that works. Whole matching little get up. Looks decent. So the last thing I need to do to get rid of these freaking lights on my dash, put on my seatbelt, take off the parking brake, no lights on the dash. But the one issue I do have is not once I put it in gear, but once I actually start to move a little bit, I'll get the VSC light on. Okay, so I just performed the calibration for the yaw and decel. Basically, there's a little hub under the hood. You connect some pins to a sequence. I'll put a link to the video that I used in the description. It's very helpful, very good. So yeah, I guess we'll test it. Well, we are moving, and you can see no lights. Well, one light on the dash, my gas light. We cleared the lights on the dash today, so sick. I'm hyped. It definitely is a good moment for me and my Lexus. I now know that I have no troubles with the car, no codes, no weird faults. Thanks for tuning in to another video. The next few videos should have some cooler modifications than just the basic repairs and troubleshooting that I've been going through here. So look forward to that. We got some parts already in queue for this. We've been working on the S13, just waiting on some more parts to show up in the mail for that as well. So as the way building cars goes. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe for the next videos coming out, and go ahead and get out there, go play in traffic.